Hello. Your 2023 Roland-Garros champion, Novak Djokovic, the first man to win each Grand Slam at least 3 times. It was a 21st consecutive Grand Slam win. His total is now 23. He stands alone in terms of men who've won Grand Slam titles, moving 1 ahead of Rafa Nadal. He is now level with Serena Williams, but as far as men's tennis, the history of men's tennis, he has rewritten the history books. And Novak Djokovic, with that win, will go back to being world #1 on Monday. It is quite astonishing. It was the 7th Roland-Garros final for Novak Djokovic. It is a 3rd Grand Slam title. He just keeps breaking record after record. And one of the first people to get in touch on Twitter after he won was Rafa Nadal, the king of clay, the 14-time champion here. He tweeted his congratulations at the conclusion of the match. 23 is a number that just a few years back was impossible to think about, but you have achieved it. He certainly has. He already had the clothes to wear with the 23 on it. It was a sublime performance, and we're actually going to see highlights from the match very shortly. We will, of course, also hear from Casper Ruud, but how about we hear from the man who has made 23 possible?
Casper, thank you for your nice words. Appreciate that. You are, not because we are standing here, but you are one of the best persons on the tour, you know, best personalities, people around the tour, players, coaches, everybody respects you, appreciates you, loves you, and it's with a great reason. It's with a great reason. And I had to say that first because I really feel that today, in today's world, is important to note when somebody, you know, has the real human values, right life values, and you and your team, your father, your coaches, your family, everybody has been super, super nice to me and my team and to everybody around, so you deserve a great respect and great applause for that. I'm sorry for the result today, you know, for sure. That's not the best way to finish for you, you know, but you've had an incredible couple of years here. Finals last year, finals this year, and you've been one of the most consistent players in the world for the last couple of years. You played, I think, 3 or 4 Grand Slam finals out of 5, 6 last Grand Slams that you played, so it speaks about your quality of tennis and your consistency, and I wish you really all the best. I wish you to win against anybody except me when you play me, you know. But if I lose earlier in the Grand Slam, you can win it, no problem. And now I would like to say that it's a great honor to have Yannick Noah today. 40 years of anniversary since you won here. I remember, you know, I was really, really young when you were retiring from tennis, but I watched your videos with a great joy, and I just appreciated and loved your enthusiasm, you know, that was transformed into music after your tennis career, and what you bring to the people, the kind of a positivity and an energy is something very special. So just wanted to say that, and it's great to have you here. Thank you very much. My team, my family, my kids, my wife, my parents, everyone is here. My 2 brothers are not here, but I love them very much. You guys, I don't know what to say. I mean, you know what we've been through, the trials and tribulations every single day. You know how difficult I can be on a daily basis. So I want to thank you, first of all, for patience and tolerance, because probably that stands out more than anything else. Knowing what I've done to you the last few weeks, people don't know, but behind the closed doors, I was really torturing you. So I really appreciate being my rock, being my support, and believing in me. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yeah.
It's a lovely speech from Novak Djokovic. He said at one point, and he started in French and he moved to English, "I'm sorry it's going on so long." He just wanted to thank everybody, including Kylian Mbappe and Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Olivier Giroud, who had come here to watch him today. And let's take you through what they saw, what they witnessed with the match highlights from today. Now, this was a 5th meeting between the two, and Casper Ruud actually got himself an early break in the second game. Djokovic missed the first of a couple of overheads, but Djokovic was able to break back and get on serve in the 7th game. You see here now another opportunity for Casper Ruud. Now, they didn't come around that often, and in terms of the history between these two, to set the scene, if you don't know the history, this was a 5th meeting between the two, and in those previous 4 meetings it was 8 straight sets to Novak Djokovic. It kind of highlights how important this first set was to both of them, but especially to Casper Ruud. But a wonderfully worked point from Novak Djokovic. He was able to weave his way forward to the net. And having been a breakdown, he was able to start asserting himself on this first set, but no one was able to make a breakthrough in this first set. They had to deal with the cloud cover and very muggy conditions, wearing ice towels at the change of ends. And at one point, Djokovic asked Damien Dumassoir if he could actually delay a little bit the clock he started at the change of ends. A little bit casual there from Djokovic. It allowed Casper Ruud back in, and it was nip and tuck at the back end of this first set. You can see there the sun had broken free from the clouds. We didn't have to use the roof in the end, which was good. There were thunderstorms in the air, but a wonderful tweener from Ruud. And at this stage in the match, he was able to hang on in there with Novak Djokovic. But incredibly, you can see the clock in the background, 1 hour, 14 minutes. Now, the longest ever opening set in Roland-Garros men's singles final, that was 2005. It was Puerta against Nadal. It was 1 hour and 11 minutes. So at this point, we had already surpassed the 1 hour and 14 at the early stages of this tiebreak. And first point so important. Djokovic looking to get the early break, which he did.
1-0. Djokovic.
Just finding the space, delaying in a second, and putting his nose in front in the tiebreak with a mini break. He would then move through, close it out in 1 hour and 21 minutes, that first set of tennis. They both left the court at the end of it. Djokovic, though, was able to use the momentum and take that through to the second set, going back once again to the importance of winning the first set. You're suddenly 2 sets down to the 22-time Grand Slam singles champion in a Grand Slam final, a 7th final for Novak Djokovic here. And he was able to ease his way through. It would be the 11th game where he would get the break, and it would be the 2nd championship point that Novak Djokovic would start to rewrite the history books. It feels whenever he takes the court in a major, he's rewriting some form of history. But this is so special to the man who said he wants to break records, he wants to be the very, very best. And he now is the all-time leading male with 23 Grand Slam singles titles. He's leveled up with Serena Williams. He holds the record in men's tennis on his own. It's quite phenomenal, and he's won each of the Grand Slams at least 3 times, and no other male tennis player has done that. Novak Djokovic is putting himself in a league of his own, and as far as Roland-Garros goes, from his 7 finals, he's now got 3 titles. He's impossible when he gets a lead. He's an amazing front runner, and that's what he was able to do. Unfortunately, though, for Casper Ruud, that's now 5 meetings and 11 straight sets of tennis that he has lost against Novak Djokovic. He came out fighting, he came out very aggressive, Ruud. He won the toss, he elected to serve, he took it to Djokovic, but that first serve, that first set of tennis, you feel so important going the way of Novak Djokovic. But some lovely words you heard from Novak Djokovic to Casper Ruud, who's reached 3 of the last 5 Grand Slam finals. Obviously disappointed, but he spoke very well at the end of the match at the ceremony.
I think we should start with Novak. Another day, another record for you, and another day you rewrite tennis history once again. It's just, you know, it's tough to explain how incredible it is and how good you are, and yeah, what an inspiration you are to so many people around the world. So congratulations to you, to your team. I know this tastes probably the best out of all, so congrats. I'm happy I'm the first one to congratulate you from here, from the stage. So I'm sure you will have many other congratulations. But again, congrats to you, Goran, and everyone involved. You're doing an amazing job. So yeah, congrats again. And, well, where should we start? I mean, Amelie, tournament director, you're putting on a great show once again, doing everything you can for the players. And luckily, I think we had great weather these 2 weeks. It was a very, very beautiful time in Paris. And, of course, everyone will look forward to coming back and hoping for another great Roland-Garros coming in the next year. And everyone involved voluntarily in the tournament, ball boys especially, and then of course you have all the umpires and all the volunteers. Thanks to everyone for staying from early morning to late night for us to have everything we need. Everyone sort of beyond the camera, they are doing a great job. So thanks for yeah, putting all the effort into treating the players nice, and it really makes a difference for us. And to my own team, everyone involved, I cannot talk about every single one because it will take too long time, but you all know who you are, but especially my father, my mother, my partner Maria, you are my closest ones, so thank you so much for... Thank you for all the work you do. Thank you for always staying with me. Thank you for pushing me, not just these 2 weeks, but every day of the year, all my life, since I was a little boy. It's been a long journey. I'm very happy that we can be back in the final here in Roland-Garros after what happened last year, and we will continue to work hard to try to come back to the final of Roland-Garros once more. Thank you.
Casper Ruud, he's just 24 years of age. He's the world number 4, and he's now made it to 3 Grand Slam finals. The future is bright for the Norwegian. Now, the scenes we like to see, I actually saw the photographers getting in position as Novak Djokovic stepped up to serve for the championship. These are the shots we want to see. He talked about what he's put his team through in the last couple of weeks. There was history on the line, but now he's there with his manager, his fitness trainer, Goran, even he sits there, Stefan, who's been on the treadmill with him. Stefan, a very important part of this run here at Roland-Garros. His daughter, his wife Yelena to the side. He also had Tom Brady in his box today. But it's wonderful. It is a family event. It's what it's all about. He's talked about that an awful lot. But yeah, it was lovely to see Stefan with him most days, just quietly on the treadmill next to his dad, just sort of walking along and enjoying himself. And what an experience for his children. So that was the main event on Philippe Chatrier, but it wasn't the only event. At 11:30 this morning, we had the final of the women's doubles. Now, this was Shea Su Wei and Wang Xinyu against Taylor Townsend and Leylah Fernandez. It lasted over 2 hours. And Shea and Wang, in just their second tournament together. They made their debut in Strasbourg, reaching the quarterfinals, would come through to win the title. They beat the 5th, 6th, 9th, and here the 10th seeds. For Shea, it's her 60th Grand Slam doubles appearance, her 5th Grand Slam doubles title. She won Roland-Garros 2014, and for Wong, you'll remember, she was double bageled by Iga Świątek in the singles. She leaves Roland-Garros as a Grand Slam champion, and for Taylor Townsend and Leylah Fernandez, a 5th tournament together, 2 finals, a semi-final, a quarter-final. Townsend runner-up at the US Open doubles, but it's all about Shea Su Wei and Wong Xin Yu. Lovely speeches after the match, big smiles on their faces. They said it was quite a last-minute thing, despite playing together in Strasbourg, to actually hook up and play the doubles event here. And Wong said to Shea, "I'm really glad you made me play." I bet she is. They are Roland-Garros women's doubles Grand Slam champions. Now, someone else who is he's had a busy couple of weeks. It started with Yannick Noah Day on the Saturday before the tournament. There, an embrace with Novak Djokovic after the ceremony, and you saw and heard Novak Djokovic saying some lovely things. But Yannick Noah, 40 years since he won Roland-Garros, presentation stage. Before that, he was partnering with Mansour Barami up against Mats Wilander and John McEnroe. It was a Legends exhibition match on Susan Longland a little bit earlier. So nice to see Yannick Noah here on the 40th anniversary. We had the Yannick Noah Day. He was up on the presentation stage, and he's also been out on the court playing tennis. And we would just like to say a final congratulations to all the winners and all the competitors over the last couple of weeks, and everybody that goes into making Roland-Garros is what it is. And before we say goodbye to you for a final time, I would just like to say thank you to everybody who works behind the scenes. We brought you 17 shows in 15 days. Everybody has worked tirelessly. It's a wonderful group of people. We have a lot of fun, and I really hope you have enjoyed the shows. So it's until next year from us, but we're going to leave you with the 23-time champion, Roland-Garros 3 times for Novak Djokovic, and a little bit of his history here at the tournament at the 2nd major of the year.
Premier match sur ce court, Philippe Chatrier. Voici Novak Djokovic.
Le Serbe Novak Djokovic. Novak Djokovic. Novak Djokovic. Le Serbe Novak Djokovic. C'est le match. Djokovic. Novak Djokovic.
The second match of Djokovic.
C'est le match Djokovic. 3 manches à 0.